Hi, my name is Ryan, and welcome back. If you're back, that means you're committed to this thing. All right, and I'm proud of you for sticking around. I'm glad you're here with me. And I hope you're just as excited to watch this video as I'm excited to make it, because this video is going to go over how I got my first computer, which is not a very exciting story, but it leads into other things such as my first email account and how I got my pen name. Oh my gosh. Wow. So, anyhow, here's how I got the computer. I saved up a lot of money for it. This was back in 1996, 95. We'll go 1996. Pretty sure about that. Anyhow, so I went and bought a computer, saved up every penny I had for probably a solid year. It was something I knew I needed. I didn't grow up around computers. We had computers at the university. Those were very hard to get access to because everybody was fighting to use computers. Back in those days, not everybody had computers back in their dorm room. So, like having a computer in your dorm room, that's a privilege. And my roommate had one, which is Sean, the guy who made the book cover. And anyhow, so he had a computer. I thought it was just the coolest freaking thing in the world. I was like, I'm going to get myself a computer as well. So I saved up the money. I think it was like $1,700. I went to Best Buy and bought a Sony Vaio. It was a 200 megahertz Pentium 2 chip inside that bad boy. It had some sort of infrastructure technology called MMX that basically speed up the graphics processing. This is before graphics cards were big on computers. And anyhow, so I bought that son of a gun. When I bought that computer, I mean, that was like the most money I ever spent on anything. I thought I was going to get a ticker tape parade, and like I thought Mr. Best Buy was going to come out and give me a big hug and tell me how proud he was of me and this and that. Instead, they just walked out to my car with some boxes and threw them in there and gave me a free VCR. I got a free VCR. So that's my computer buying experience. Anyhow, so got home, got that thing all set up, cranked up, all that kind of cool crap, and bought a couple video games. Bought Quake 2. Yeah, Quake 2. Or just Quake. I can't remember. I think it was Quake. First Quake. And that was when Duke Nukem and Doom and all that kind of stuff was blowing people's minds out of the water with 3D rendering and the graphics, which is really, really impressive back in that time. So anyhow, I got my computer set up, and I was, wanting to get on the internet. That's important, right? So I signed up with this internet provider called America Online, AOL. I'm sure you've heard of that. So I signed for an AOL account. And with your AOL account, you get to choose your username, which becomes your email address. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting my own email address. Now, we had email through the university, but it was some really sketchy type of Unix system type emails. Of course, back then, I didn't know what the freaking world was. It was like called the Juno system or something. I don't know what it was. But anyhow, the email was not cool, all right? But AOL email was really cool. And so anyhow, I was totally excited, totally stoked. I'm setting my AOL account. And I knew my mom had an email account from her work. And I knew a couple of my other friends, they had email accounts. And they'd given them to me, but I never emailed them because I didn't have an email account other than school, but that was just like school stuff. So I was like, oh my gosh. It's like, I'm going to set up my email account. And I was like, I'm going to have some fun with this. I'm going to prank everybody with this anonymous person emailing. Now, this is back in the time where you could get away with this because we didn't have all this spam email and all this kind of crap going around. And back then, it was like very specific. When you got an email, you read it because somebody thought of you and sent it out to you, or 99% of the time back in 1996. So, anyhow, I was like, I got to come up with the perfect name. And I'm a big reader, and I was like, I'm going to freak my mom out. Because I was a good kid. I was a really good kid. I was a good college student. And I was like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to freak my mom out and send her some emails. And I'm going to make her think I'm smoking cigarettes. So I came up with this name called Smoketron. I got the name from smoking cigarettes and from the movie Tron. But I also thought of the Song of Solomon quote where it's talking about how, God's come out of the desert in this giant cloud of scented smoke. What's it called? The mirror, or I don't have the word in front of me. You can look it up. It's like MYRH or something. Anyhow, it's just like the smell of incense. It's supposed to be something pleasing back in the Hebrew times. But anyhow, that was kind of in the back of my mind also back then as well when I was setting this up. So I was like, okay, this is going to be cool. You know, it's like, got some biblical reference. I'm going to freak my mom out, make her think I'm smoking cigarettes. And so I started sending my mom these anonymous emails. I was like, hello from planet Smoketron. I wanted her to think I was like an alien. Of course, my mom was like, it took one email and she called me up. She's like, are you sending me emails? Ah! So my mom knows me pretty well and she saw straight through that crap immediately because that sounds like something I would have done. So, I mean, she didn't even think twice. She called me up. Yeah, because I was sending it to her work. So I didn't do that to my mom anymore. And then I started sending it to friends. It was kind of funny. And then, you know, it was supposed to be a joke, but then I just kind of kept rolling with it. You know, I was like, hey, you know, Smoketron. That sounds like a kind of a cool name. People told me it sounded like drag racers and other stuff. And so, anyhow, that's how I got the name. I decided just to create it with America Online, try to freak my mom out, make her think I'm smoking cigarettes. And it failed miserably. But I stuck with the name over a long period of time because then people were like, started calling me that. Like, it's kind of like became a nickname. And I was like, all right, you know, it's kind of cool. And then it sounded kind of cool. And then it just kept sticking around. And now I'm starting to write these books or writing. And I was like, I need it for a brand image. I was like, this could be a good brand name. Like, it's kind of got a little bit of mystery to it. Sounds kind of unusual. So somebody might see it, might catch their attention more. You know, if I just put my full name on there, everybody's got their full name on there. But now I've got some sort of weird brand name that might just by chance get somebody to think twice about it and actually move to make a decision and take a chance to buy the book. Especially since I'm hoping that what I write will be considered to be pretty creative. It's not going to be, you know, melt your mind type of creative, but I hope you find it entertaining. How about that? So that's the story of how I got the pen name. Trying to freak my mom out. Failed miserably. Hopefully I don't freak you out with my pen name. And I think that's all I got on my notes over here for you. So thanks again for showing up. Make sure you like and subscribe. What they say, smash that like button. And yeah, there you are. All right. See you later.